you're welcome back to ASKADATODAY. I know it's been a while since I dropped a video. Things have been really hectic at work, but I promise to try to be a bit more consistent going forward. With me is relationship and lifestyle vlogger Eloho.
Hi guys.
So today we're going to be talking about unhealthy relationships, reasons why you should dump them. Yes, everybody loves relationships, everybody wants to be in one relationship, yeah, but sometimes there are red flags that you really shouldn't ignore, especially for your mental health.
Yeah,
right?
Very important, paramount.
So going on, we're going to be dropping a few points that we've researched.
Yes.
But once the video drops, if there are any more important points that you have that you'd like to share, we love hearing from you. So leave it in the comment section below. So,
and do not forget to thumbs up as well.
Yes, don't forget to. And subscribe, yes.
Yes.
It's always important to subscribe. You can't keep watching our content for free. Right? Yeah. So subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and turn on notifications. Yeah, so you know when our next video drops. Alright then, let's jump right in. So Eloho, tell us, do you think it's important for you to know your partner's sexual history?
Well, yes, it's a big yes for me.
I think so too.
Yeah, because if you are going to be sexually active in that relationship, sex, in my opinion, is sacred, and it brings some sort of intimacy between you and your man.
Yeah.
And in as much as we're supposed to wait till we get married, still indulge, yeah. So if you want to have sex with someone in a relationship, if it's not going to be, what's the word? There's a word for. If you're not celibate, yes. If you're gonna be active, then you need to know the person's sexual history.
Yes.
In the sense that you don't want to be so carried away, and then and then the person probably has some sort of disease that they're hiding from. Because men are very secretive. Men do not talk. Men do not share stuff. Men hate seeing their doctors. I do not know why you guys do that. There's no harm in it.
I think it's probably Nigerian men, because I have a lot of friends abroad who schedule appointments and they actually go for them.
And you know that slogan that they say, police is your friend? I think we should change it. The doctor is your friend.
Your pharmacist is your friend.
See your pharmacist, see your doctor, get yourself checked, get yourself tested. Do not spread diseases to people that you claim you love.
Yeah.
Do you understand me? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. And then for women, it is more complicated for us because infection causes infertility.
Yes, even for men.
Even for men as well, yeah. And I am very sure there are so many women who are not able to conceive today that do not even know that they are infected.
Yes.
Yeah, and then when you go to church and pray, fire, fire, thunder, thunder, all of that, I'm not going to say it's nonsense, yeah, but all of that stress that you go through, just see your doctor. I mean, science is there. There is a God factor and there is a science factor.
Yes, you can't.
I mean, you can combine both of them. I always say that after God is actually doctors. You people are like lifesavers. And I no, seriously, and I believe that God placed you people on this earth for certain purpose.
Yes, I believe that, the research that's gone into, health care so far, the drugs, the procedures, if God wasn't a part of it, revealing things to
people,
we wouldn't have come this far. In relationships, eventually, you get comfortable with your partner. You get careless. Sometimes in the heat of the moment,
in the spur of the moment.
You don't know when, your condom has torn, it happens, you don't know when it slipped off, and you continue. If one of us has a disease, or if one of you has a disease, get passed on. So for me, I always I would like to know,
like you can ask,
sexual history.
yeah, I mean, and then you can ask questions like, have you ever been infected before? Have you treated some sort of infections before?
Yes.
Do you think it's okay for us to run a test to be aware of our status? You know, I mean, if you, like I said, if you really love the person, you should be able to go that extra mile to be healthy, because it's very important.
A lot of these sexually transmitted diseases, like you said earlier, cause infertility. It goes a long way, you know. You don't have to wait. Some people are very sensitive, so once they're infected, they know their body changes. But for some others, it's not the same.
It's not the same.
And they're walking about with these diseases for years, and they don't know that.
And then another thing is, how are you even comfortable? Let's say, for instance, you're one of those that have a very sensitive body and you can tell that you're infected. How are you comfortable living like that? Because I hear when a lot of men are infected, when they urinate, they feel it, or they tend to not have a proper erection.
When they actually start feeling it, it's past the incubatory stage.
Ooh.
So now they're showing symptoms. Oh. Do you understand? If it was someone who goes for their health checks regularly,
they'll be able to tell in time,
much earlier before it gets to that stage.
Oh no!
So it's just, guys, ladies, do better. If you're thinking long term with this person, know your sexual history, know your HIV status, know your genotype.
Yes.
Know your rhesus factor, if you're rhesus D positive, or I'll probably treat that in another video. But these things are very important. And you shouldn't be having careless sex with just anybody.
And another thing is, girls, please stop condoning philandrous men, okay? I know sometimes we can be so loyal to a fault. Some of us are loyal puppies. Like, you are there sleeping with just that boyfriend of yours, and he's out there sleeping with all the girls in town. Wow. Okay, your body is too precious for you to expose and become so porous to so many herpes, gonorrhea, syphilis, and all that. No, girl, your body is too precious for all that. So you need to please do all of this screening. It's very important. Flee from a guy that is abusive or aggressive.
Okay, so it's not just guys now, because I know that there are females who are abusive.
Yes.
Aggressive.
Yeah, but I think sometimes because of the probable nature of it, men tend to be more aggressive towards women. You know, they tend to exhibit more of the violent temperament. So their size makes them to tend to be more of oppressors instead of people that protect. You know, so if he exhibits, like I said, some form of violent temperament, screams at every little thing that you do, or even when you don't do something, just yells at people, and not even when you have provoked him to the extent of him doing that, you're not his.
I think there's a thin line between being a protector and an oppressor. You have to be careful not to cross it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially when it comes to guys.
And then personally, I like when guys are not like their size has anything to do with them being protectors. But I feel like since I'm really small and on the skinny side, thin, slender. I always like guys that are a bit buff and bigger, because I feel secured like around them. And to be frank,
it's psychological.
And to be frank, the longest relationship I've been in, which is the best relationship ever, he's big, he's cute, he's like a teddy bear, and he's very affectionate, you understand? And he protected me as well. And I feel like even up till now, if he still has the opportunity, if we still have the opportunity, he would still do the same thing. And he respects me as well. So why would you want to be with somebody that don't see you as an egg, somebody that they should protect, take care of? Like, I saw a picture on Instagram of a lady that cheated on her husband. And the man, cheated on her husband. They wanted to relocate to Canada, and he found out that 3 of the kids are not his kids. Obviously you have to do the whole DNA test, because Canadian embassy needs to know that you're not trying to traffic people's children, but let them know that it's actually your own children. And then he realized that all 3 of them are not his kids. I mean, a family in Benin, Edo State. And then I saw a video. Okay, what attracted me to read the caption was the picture that was on the post. So I saw somebody with swollen eye like this, you know, with blood dripping, you know, all over the face and all that. And then one eye properly closed, like a proper Chinese eye. The other eye like a, you know, Cheguarinze kind of eye bulging. And I swiped, you know, I was like, what's going on here? So I read the story. The man found out that the kids were not his, went home, confronted her, and the first thing he did was to take it, laced her, and then the fur of her teeth flew out of her mouth. Like, I literally saw the pictures and all that, and I'm like,
I think some of you need anger management classes, or I don't know if it's actually anger management, or I think some of our men don't know how to process emotions. Okay, I understand that in the heat of the moment you're upset.
Yes.
I mean, this is someone you've been living with. You
for only God knows how long.
That you're the only, you know, you're
the only man in her life.
Then you just found out that your kids aren't yours. Hey, how about you go home and just calmly tell her that it's over? You probably just sign up for divorce, or
it's as simple as that.
Why are you going to punch? Okay, so you've punched her, you've defaced her.
Yeah, what next?
I don't understand.
It doesn't make any sense to me, because this same thing are the things that
cheating nature
out of her. And what then annoys me is this is something that they do all the time. Like, we've had friends that when their fathers died, children showed up from nowhere. Children that their mothers never knew of. They just showed up from nowhere. You guys have all of this secret. The reason why you know, I mean, a lot of men can find this out is because they want to go the extra mile to know that, okay, these children are mine. In so many cases, that man might even have another child. You need to flee if they are abusive mentally, emotionally, verbally, you know, or physically. Yeah. See, he hasn't touched you yet, but you know, he exhibits some violent temperament. You know, he screams at every slight provocation. He even screams at you sometimes. And no, you are not even the one making him, you know, shout. You've not even done anything. He just flips out, you know.
No, it's not like you've not even done anything. It's like they just overreact to things that you do.
And then stress you mentally.
We're both adults. I'd like to think that, you know, both of you are adults in a relationship. If you're a minor, you probably shouldn't.
You need to flee, because you don't want to be in a situation whereby, you know, your partner always flips out at every little thing, always screams at you, especially in public. Yes, always screams at you or always insults you. You know, I've heard cases of guys telling their husbands telling their wives that, who were you before I met you? Who do you think you are? Like, I'm the one that changed you, cleaned up your family. That is verbal abuse. You don't say things like that to people that you love. You don't.
Why?
Then physically,
I mean, okay, you know what? I think men who do stuff like that are probably the ones that go and pick up girls maybe from the village.
It's not even village. So even sometimes from girls, you know, I think it happens when the woman refuses to, you know, invest in herself. But that's a story for another day. That's a story for another day. And physically, I mean, women, if you look at women, they are succulent beings. Like, women are very soft, beautiful beings. How does a man, you know, how do you feel when you raise your hand actually to hit him? Like, do you understand? Women are soft. I don't get it.
Wow.
I don't know.
You know, you hear some cases and you're like, these people you guys were actually married. I don't know, didn't you notice these red flags when you were dating, during courtship?
They ignore it. They ignore it.
Why? Because, okay, I think I understand why. It's Africa and every woman is sort of supposed to aspire to be married,
you know,
after university.
MRS.
Some people even after secondary school.
No, and then they tend to
as a woman, you're so much more. I feel like women are like an untapped set of resources. You can be an architect, you can be a pharmacist. There's so
an engineer. Don't think it's a profession for men alone.
Yes. You know, think outside the box, go out of your way, invest in yourself, and the sky is your limit. It doesn't just have to be, you know, your kids and your husband. You see, what you guys don't know is your kids will still grow up and leave you. You always need to have something else that's important to you outside your relationship.
And do not normalize the fact that if a man doesn't, because I've heard stories of when girls will say, if he doesn't beat you, he doesn't love you. Do not normalize that. That is nonsense. Now,
Sorry, yeah, how?
I have heard so many girls say, like, when a guy doesn't beat you, if a guy doesn't beat you, he doesn't love you. And some will say, oh, they enjoy the makeup sex.
Who teaches you guys these things? Because I don't
That's the thing. It's the home, it's the upbringing, the environment. And I'm very passionate when it comes to like violence, domestic violence and all that, because I lost a very close family friend to that.
Wow.
Yes, I lost her. And before she died, her kids were already picking up the traits from her husband. So she had a son that any little thing he would jump up, kick, punch.
That's why
blow.
you need to leave.
Yeah, and then when you ask him,
a lot of them, try to say they are staying back because of their
the kids.
But
yes,
the kids are being exposed to
yes,
that. You can't forget it.
The funny part is that the boy was just 5. And then when you say, Ovia, why are you doing that? Like, who taught you that? You would ordinarily think it's the movies they watch, but we know the mother. She was a principal of a school, so she's so disciplined that she won't allow her child watch movies like that. And she will say, that is what my daddy does to my mommy. Then let me tell you the one that really like broke the camel's, is it toe or neck?
Back.
Whatever. That was when the little one, who's like 2+, said, my daddy said an hungry man is an angry man. Like, so the children have been picking certain things that the father does. And I remember when my mom used to advise her to leave the marriage, it seemed like my mom was the bad person. And my mom said, you have to be happy, you have to have peace of mind. Okay, you have to live for your children. I remember my mom advising her that if you don't live, you are going to die like in the arms of this man beating you all the time. And how did she die? She died from internal bleeding, internal injury. I remember the doctor incident. Yeah, he beat her blue black. They rushed her to the hospital. They thought it was just a physical bruise and treated physical bruise, and she went home, but she started deteriorating, started losing weight, getting skinny. Her complexion became darker. And then my dad was one who saw her, and my dad came home and told my mom that I saw this person and she didn't look good. And my dad is he jokes a lot. So like my dad just said, she looks like a dead body, and we all like laughed about it because my dad is a very fun, like the way he would say some things, you would just laugh because we know he jokes a lot. Apparently that wasn't even it was a joke like coming from my dad, but it was the reality of things. So when like they told my mom that she had been rushed to the hospital and all, my mom rushed down because she's a very close friend of ours. Like she comes to my house, she even wears my clothes because she's that cute and slim, even after 3 kids. Auntie Ufoma, rest in peace. So at the end of the day, my mom asked, what was the problem? Doctor said, did she have some sort of accident because she had internal injury and she was getting rotten from the inside. She died. So the kids that you said you don't want to leave, you left them at the end of the day. And guess what? The man is married again. He's married again.
His new wife.
Oh, did I even mention where I said she always used to come to my house 1 a.m., 2 a.m.?
No,
like the man, whenever they have their issues, midnight, she would run to my house, bang on the gate like she wants to come in. My mom, once we hear stuff like we know she's the one, she runs, and the man comes as early as 5 a.m. Yes, he comes as early as 5 a.m. to pick his family. And then the last time she ever came to my house, the man threatened my parents. Like, if she ever comes here, like if she comes here to seek solace again, I'm gonna bring police to you guys. Like, because my parents are enabling her. So my mom said, you can't come here anymore if you can visit, but you can't come here anymore whenever you have issues.
Wow.
So the violence is more intense than you think.
I think it's really underreported in this area.
Yeah,
especially because you just said that people try to normalize.
They normalize it. There's so many girls that actually normalize it. They tell you if he doesn't beat me, he doesn't love me. It's a form of correction. How do you correct me by beating me? Hello?
You're an adult. Why do you want to be corrected by being beaten? I don't understand.
Are you an animal? You are a human being. The only form of correction is through communication.
Dialogue.
Okay? Period. Then the other one that I also do not like is the emotional one. Like, why do I have to keep crying all the time because I'm dating you? Like I saw on Twitter, am I dating an onion? I don't understand. Why am I always crying?
People who guilt trip you, and these emotional blackmails, it comes.
Yes.
What's that word? There's a word I'm looking for. These mind games.
Yeah.
They're so good at mind games, so they will act out this way, and then they expect you to react this certain way. And when you don't, they now think
it's a problem.
You now start explaining and talking. Nobody has time for that. It's 2020. Tax is 7.5%. Everybody's feeling the heat. No, you're supposed to make my life better. You're supposed to make me happier. When you come with this drama, it's a no. It's not something I can tolerate, and it's not something you should too, especially if they're abusive or aggressive. We all know how men are with their egos, and I think it's very important, especially as we just spoke about abuse and aggression. It's very important that if you're going to date or marry someone, you should pick someone who is on the same mental wavelength as
you are. Yes, do not, like I said in one of my videos, you don't have to dumb down because you want to, the whole, one thing I hate is the I belong syndrome.
I belong how?
I belong syndrome, like I let a man be in my life so that they will all know that I also have a man.
Okay, so it's really not about belonging, it's about settling.
It's about settling. Yeah, I don't know. I think they've all fallen under the same, because you want to be part of the whole.
Yeah, that you just settle and go for anybody.
Yeah, okay, well, it's about the same thing. Yeah, so you don't have to like settle for just anyone. If you are the type that is you want to have BSc, MSc, PhD, what are you doing with a guy that doesn't like education? What are you doing with a guy that doesn't want to learn so much? No, we don't. If you want to be an actor,
because he would never understand why those things are important.
No, he would never.
He won't understand the sacrifices that you're making or the sacrifices that you have to make.
No, he won't. And then the reason why you need to date people that are on the same wavelength as you are is that they would also understand where you're coming from. Let's say, for instance, you're an actor and you have a shoot that would run from 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. If you are with a man that doesn't understand the business of acting, he'll probably start suspecting you, like, oh, where are you coming from? What have you been doing? Why are you staying out for so long? What kind of acting is that you could stay? But if he's in the same acting sector as you are, he knows, because he might have gone through that process, So it's also
applies to him.
Yeah, it applies to every other sector, every other career sector that you choose to indulge in. So be with people that are on the same wavelength. Even if you want to be with somebody that is not on the same, let it be that they understand that, oh, this job that my wife does or this my girlfriend does is really tasking. So I need to understand that, okay, that is the life I've chosen. Okay?
Yeah, it's very important that your partner is understanding and kind
as well.
You don't want to be with someone who's just
and supportive
about me.
Yeah.
A lot of men are just, how am I supposed to eat? I have a girlfriend now. She's supposed to be the one cooking. She's supposed to be the one washing.
P.S. I hate
she's
cooking.
Not supposed to do.
I don't like cooking, and guess what? I've had guys treat me nicely even when they know that I don't like cooking. So I mean, it all depends on how you carry yourself at the end of the day. Because I will tell you from the beginning, I do not like cooking. I remember how they used to laugh at my ex for cooking for me. They'll be like, dude, you are the chick in this relationship. She should really want to be cooking. But like I said, cooking is a skill. I don't like cooking. Yes. So don't tell me how would you eat. That's not my business.
How have you been eating?
How have you been eating before I met you? How have you been eating?
It's hilarious.
Figure it out. Okay, so yeah, I mean, the person should be on the same wavelength. You guys, align.
Have a lot of common ground.
Yes, have a lot of common ground.
It's the mental part, especially for me, it's very important, because when you're with someone, you have like a lot of time to be with that person. And obviously you can't be having sex
all the time. Yes,
you have to converse, you have to talk. If the person is not on the same mental wavelength with you, what are you going to discuss? What?
I always say that from the first 10, 15, 20 minutes of meeting a guy, I already know if this friendship is going to extend to the next level.
True.
Do you understand? And when I mean friendship, I mean relationship. Yes. So if it's friendship, we can be friends, because I know nothing serious. We're just gonna be friends. Everybody's gonna just like probably have fun.
So meet up for drinks and stuff,
and then move on.
Really,
but if I am going to date you, I already know within me from the 10, 15, because the way some guys they are so sway. They are so bright. Like when they walk up to you, first of all, you'll be like, ooh, who's that guy? And then when they open their mouth to speak, you'll be like, oh Lord Jesus, this is an angel.
Yes, what a letdown.
Then there are some other ones that when they walk up to you, you'll be like, first of all, how do I look like? What makes you feel like you can walk up to me? Do you understand me? So you need to, and then some people might walk up to you not looking like the total package. but when they open their mouth to speak, they're actually intelligent people as well. So it just has everything to do with you, the woman, knowing exactly what you want.
It's very important.
Don't just say, I have not had somebody in a while, so any guy that says hi to me now, well, me, I will just date him because I'm tired of, being
That's a recipe for disaster. You'll regret it, because that person is going to just turn your world around.
Upside down.
And then you start regretting why you even started in the first place.
So please, and then what annoys me is the friends that would do things like that and then come back to complain to us like, oh, don't complain, because from the beginning we told you, we gave you a hint. But we girls are very funny because we're in love. Like, oh, don't tell me nothing. He's not like that.
And do you have friends that like once they start dating someone, they just stop talking to you?
They start to avoid you. Yeah. They start to like cut you off bit by bit and all that. And then when it goes sour,
they've not even gotten married. It's sort of like a norm now. When my friends get married, I actually expect them to stop talking.
Yeah.
It's weird. I miss those friendships. I mean, it's a Nigerian.
Well, but they always come back when it gets bad. When it gets sour, like
we're not praying for a relationship.
No, we're not at all. If there's anything I wish for any of my friends, it's happiness. It's for you to. I mean, love is beautiful. In as much as we've abused it these days, we just say I love you when we know we don't really love those people. And people abuse it. People just say I love you to people that they don't really love.
Yeah.
But if you find the true and genuine one, it is fun. And I think somehow you can tell when you see two people that are so in love. You can tell,
the glow is different.
It's always there. But when you see when one person is deceiving the other person, you can also tell. But the one who is in love would never know because they are stupid in love. So yeah, it's left for them to find out at the other end of the relationship.
Another deal breaker should be your partner's financial health. How do they handle money? Do they just blow it off? Do they have investments? Do they bring anything to the table?
Yes. And are they open to financial advice, or do they feel like they know it all? Yeah, because there are people like that you tell, oh babe, I think this money you just made, for the ones that are open enough to tell you that, babes, this deal that this deal that just clicked made me 10 million naira, and they're telling you openly because they want to be open with you, and you're like, babe, so that 10 million naira, babe, let's sit down, let's plan. This is big money, or depending on your capital. What should we do? What do you think we can do with it to double this money or to triple this money? And then they tell you, triple, nah man, leave me, I want to live my life. I want to flex.
Or you have a partner that once they hear 10 million, it's like, okay.
Moti arrive.
Let's go get that car. Let's go get those clothes. No. If you're thinking long term, finance is such a touchy issue for guys, especially if they are not making enough. Sometimes it's you guys and your ego now. We know how it goes, and then you start lashing out. We understand,
and it is a very important aspect of relationship / marriage. Very important.
If you're not making enough, if you're in a long-term relationship, or you've met someone that you want to have a long-term relationship or marriage with, and you're not making enough, how are you going to take care of the kids? Because it goes beyond you and this person now. It goes beyond fancy dates and stuff. What happens when the electricity bill comes? How are we paying our rent? Do you understand?
Yes.
So it's not just
how are we going to pay for all of the basic things that we need and then still have some in our reserve? You need to put all that into consideration.
Yes, so you need to have a discussion with your partner. And if they are not open to it, remember the topic is unhealthy relationships and why you should walk. If they are not open to you about it, so some people will not actually be open. For reasons best known to them. But at least have something that you're doing that's bringing in funds. Save for the rainy days. So if they're the type that once money comes in, bam, and they want to just distribute it,
they remember. If they're the type that once the money comes in, they remember that girl, that very beautiful girl that told me no because I was broke. It's time to go and show her that I've arrived.
Oh my God.
There are guys. Silly things happen out there when people make money. Silly things happen out there. The most important things are the last things on their list. The unimportant things are usually at the top of their list. No, you don't need a guy like that, please, please, please. You need a guy that's, like she said, that's looking at long term, a guy that wants to invest and is thinking in the next 10-15 years, what is this money going to bring back to me, and what am I going to leave? Because whether we like it or not, in the statistical sector, if there's a word like that, men live before women, men die before women. What are you going to leave? Because a lot of men die and their wives and kids suffer. They go through a lot because when they were alive, they spend money like, you know, I'm not saying enjoy your life, live your life, but please have some reserve somewhere for the people that you love.
And they were saying you should have some reserve somewhere. Some of you might misinterpret what we're saying. It doesn't stop you from being generous. It doesn't stop you from going out on dates. And that we've asked you to invest and say doesn't mean you should be stingy. I have to put it out there. Don't be stingy. For goodness sake, go out on dates. This life, what's that word? Chop life, make life no chop you. Yeah. Chop life, make life no chop you.
Don't be stingy. Release your hands.
Yeah,
you know, release.
Well, women, we like nice stuff. Men like nice stuff too. And you know what's weird? Men's stuff are actually very expensive.
Very expensive.
And they don't think twice when it's time to splurge. But for some of you, once it's time to do thoughtful stuff for your partner, for your girlfriend, for your wife, you start no.
Gosh, I admire men. I admire men that know that women need money. Like, you understand me? And, you know, just keep sending you money because they know that you need to take care of, you know, those tiny little things. And whether we like it or not, the beautiful things out there are more for women than men. Do you understand me? Like, you walk into a proper shop, you know, in London, for example, a proper, like, Westfield, for example, and then the shops where they have female items are usually more. And then when you now walk into those shops, the things that you want to buy as a girl, there are so much. But when I walk into men's shops, I'm just seeing one link shirt, one dead ass trouser, and the price will be so high. Do you get? But then,
but stuff are usually expensive.
Yeah, but then it's not so catchy. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not so a guy might just walk in, get 2 shirts, 2 trousers, and he's good. But for us women, the world, I feel like the world really revolves around women, you know, because you talk about the shoes, the bags, the lashes, the makeup, the perfumes, the accessory, you know, everything. Like, men, really, the way God created them, the way their mothers give birth to them is literally how they die. So that's why I always say men are like the most beautiful people on earth, because they don't add anything to themselves.
They don't have the skincare.
They don't add anything. So when you see a guy that looks good, that guy looks good, because there's no addition, there's no subtraction. There is nothing that's been. It's just his shirt and his trousers and his shoe, and that's it. You know, if he's so rich, then yeah, you can see a bit of it on his skin glowing and all because he's eating good food.
Yeah, speaking of shirt and trouser and boxers and stuff, hygiene is also very, extremely
important.
Oh my goodness.
Guys,
what?
I am sure.
I don't think you should be with anybody who doesn't take care of themselves.
Wait, Ada. Let me state out some things right now that annoys me. Guys,
go girl.
Guys, when you use the toilet, double check that your dumps have been flushed properly before you leave the toilet. Because I've also heard girls complain. Yes, I've also heard girls complain, even wives complain that their husbands do not check. They just leave the toilet and then you go into the toilet and you see their dumps there. That's not cool. Double check, please. And another thing, remember that when you sit in the toilet seat, the basin, your stuff drops in there. When your stuff drops in there, you don't know what it has, you know, it probably has touched the seat and then maybe urine has splashed or some part of even feces. No, we're going to talk about it because it's very important. I'm such a sucker for good hygiene, so that's why I'm charged right now. Your stuff drops in the toilet seat, right? And then it rubs off on anything that is on that toilet seat. Yeah. And all you do is wipe off your ass. You understand me? And then you forget. And then you now, if you are now in a sexual relationship with a girl that you don't have to wear condoms, you insert that into her body, and it becomes another issue. Guys, please, you need to check all these things out. Okay? It is not hygiene to me. I don't joke with it. Then please, your mouth, bad breath. I can't stand it. Halitosis is real, okay? It is real.
And you should get it checked. Some of you don't brush properly.
No.
Some of you brush and then you don't brush your tongue. Some of you don't even know that their tongue cleaners.
They don't, exactly. Some of you don't floss. You don't floss.
Why?
All the food particles in your teeth from
yesterday is still there.
Yesterday,
Why?
10 years ago.
Oh my goodness.
That food particle, if you're one of those that have plaques on your teeth, those black stuff, it is the food particles that have been building up for years, donkey years ago. That's what's still there. See your dentist. Okay, see your dentist, clean your mouth, brush your tongue. Okay, people want to have a fresh kiss. Okay, don't give people's children nightmare. Hello.
Oh my God, really. Eloho, you actually just said so.
Really?
And again, let's talk about underwear.
Ooh, how did I forget? What's that?
I mean, you still expect a girl to go down.
Let me tell you another one. Let me tell you another one that I saw on Twitter. Some of you guys, I heard you guys don't wipe your butts when you finish pooping, and then you know that line, no, it's a boxer. Of course, it's like a trouser.
Yeah.
There's a line in between. I heard some of you like your whatever things that like, guys, you have to be a pig. A pig. We call it AC in my language. You literally have to be a pig for you to see your boxers having stains from your feces, and you still wear it. Jesus, you should. Your boxers are like the female panties. You wear it once and you put it in your laundry bag and wash it. Please, you don't wear your boxer 3, 4. Say I'm a neat guy. Nigga, no.
Sweat. You know they always give like silly excuses. I
no.
didn't sweat. I didn't go out running. Nothing. It's fine. Especially those of you that wear colored boxers. You know, there's so much you can get away with when you're wearing white. And a lot of guys just buy like really colored stuff. So you actually
deep blue, navy green, colors that they know that will not. Dude, your boxers should. There's a reason why it's called underwear. You know, if you notice that region, that region is very sensitive. Like it's closed almost all the time. So the heat. We're not in a country where you can wear bikini and just go to the beach and air yourself. Yeah. We cover it all the time. Okay, guys, take out your boxers after wearing it. Wash it. Have plenty boxers. Stop having 2, 3 boxers. Please buy a lot of boxers. Okay, spend on
change
it.
them every 3 to 6 months.
Even your shirt, please spend on some of your inner shirts. The armpit has drawn different flags of this world. Change. We have a lot of inner wears. Okay, those white shirts that you guys wear, have a lot of them so you can keep changing and washing. Jesus.
Boxers, your socks. My goodness. Do you know there are some people that once they take off their shoes, that's it. That you can't hear what they're saying. You can't breathe.
Distraction.
Why? It's a sock. Wear it once. I have like that general rule for all my underwear, and I think everybody should adopt. Wear once, wash once.
Yes.
It's very simple.
Yes, very simple. Really, that's it.
A lot of people are in relationships with people that they don't even find attractive. Some of you don't want to admit it, but attraction is very key. Like, you have no idea. There are some people that just because they look nice and because they have a nice demeanor, it's easy for their partner to compromise. Now, not that their partners are bending over backwards to please them, but I mean, hey, you're having an argument and your husband or your boyfriend just, flashes a cute smile and you're like, I don't even know why I was even mad in the first place. Attraction is very important. It's very important. Let's not lie. Ladies, some of you are literally dating. Wow. Let's not even go there. I know there's this thing that happens in marriage that a woman now stops, giving her husband sex, maybe as some sort of punishment. Trust me, if you're married to someone that you're attracted to, it's not possible.
It's not possible. It's not possible.
It's not.
Because the moment he touches you like this, all the hairs on your skin just, stand up. You know what I mean, sister? And then when you guys are done, you go back to being mad at him. Why? Because you can't stay mad for too long. But if it's a situation of Beauty and the Beast,
wow, well, please stay on your own. And they just lock up like.
Oh my God.
It's not good. And it rubs off on your kids when these fights go on for too long, because there will obviously always be fights, but it's really important that you're with someone who you're attracted to.
Yeah, you don't want to be.
It just makes things flow better.
And you don't want to be the one grumbling in your heart, like if not for certain things, would I even be with somebody like you? You know, that people that like that, like.
And then the resentment, it just spills over to other parts of the relationship.
Like, why would I want to be with you if I'm not attracted? Why, if I don't like you, if I don't look at you and feel a certain way? Why would
some people argue that sometimes the fact that a person looks good doesn't mean that they are good for you. But that's where all the other, parts that we've spoken about comes into, because really, when I'm looking at a guy, I'm not seeing his inner beauty first. I'm not even seeing your bank account. No. It's about your physical appearance, your hygiene. You always notice that. How you speak, how you interact,
how you treat people around you.
So really pick who you're going to go into a relationship with. If you're not attracted to the person, don't even bother. Don't try to force it. A lot of people just, and you can tell that it's really forced.
It's forced.
It's unfair to that person, because there's someone out there who's looking for someone that's exactly like that.
And I think sometimes, most times, it's the money factor. A lot of girls are actually with guys that, like I say, a lot of Nigerian guys are not so good looking anyway. A lot of girls are with baboons because he has money. It's true. They might not like this statement I'm making, but it's true. Some of you, your husband is the first person that bought you your first car, the first person that took you out of the shores of Nigeria, probably trained you in school. Like, he's probably the first person that did everything for you. And you have thought that he's the only person that's, not like I really like him, but he has money. All the guys I've been meeting don't have anything. This is the only one that I might as well just stay with him and all that. Do you understand? Because if most people, we all cannot be born, with silver spoon, but if everybody was born into a comfortable home, it gives you clarity, because you'll be like, whatever you want to give to my daddy can give it to me, so you can settle down and pick who you really want to pick.
True. I have a friend who, all through we were in uni, she was dating this particular guy, and we just did not understand why she was dating that guy. I mean, later on, as we grew up, we understood that it was really because of money. Once, immediately she got a job and she started making her own money. That guy was the first to go.
Yes. And in marriages, a lot of women are like that. They are married to people that.
I think I understand why people don't want their wives to probably earn more or earn something.
Because some of them feel like that the only sense of entitlement they have is having money. That most men, and then because a lot of women don't also want to work, then the men, you'll be taken advantage, or you'll be taken for granted, because the man already knows that he's your lord, he's your, he's the one actually giving you the air that you're breathing in. And most men, they have this habit of looking for girls that haven't experienced so much in life. They want to be the first to do those things for you, so that it will be difficult for you to leave them.
It doesn't work that way these days. Because even those girls who haven't experienced so much, once they start experiencing it, once they start making friends, other things start filtering into them. And they realize that they have choices. I don't have to put up with these guys, whatever. Even though he did this, but I'm appreciative of that, but I don't need to. Do you understand?
But there's but another thing you need to consider as well is that a lot of people don't get to have so many chances. What I mean by that is some ladies, that man that they are married to is probably gonna be the best man they would ever meet. Do you understand? So sometimes I also try to put that into consideration, because you see a lot of girls are with some men that they don't love. I've met so many guys, all of them were useless, all of them, and I kept on asking myself, why do I attract people that are not, why do I like people that don't like me back, or why am I with people that, like, do you understand that it's not really flowing? And then I meet this one that I don't like, but he's now doing everything that I want the one that I like to do for me. So now, instead of saying no, I'm not going to settle, I don't care, I will see, because I saw something on Priyanka's page one day. She said, never settle. Good people find good people. Do you understand? And I told myself, I said, look, I know what I want from a guy. I know what I want from a guy. If I do not get it, I am not scared of being single. I have been single since I broke up since 2015. I've been single since then. I am not scared. Do you understand me? And I'm hustling, I'm struggling. So whatever it is that I mean, not like I don't get support here and there. Of course I do, but I know that I'm a woman of my own. So you're not gonna just come, even if you come with your GLE cool, your Brabos, G-Wagon and all that. I've seen all these things, my dear. We've seen all these things.
It goes way beyond
like, do you get? So it's way beyond. Like,
how do you make me feel?
Do you understand me? And do I even like you?
Yes.
That's the question.
Are you attractive? Because some guys feel that once they get the money and the car,
any girl
they can talk
can
to
be
any, so they just lose their manners.
And some of these men too also don't know that some of these girls are with them because of the money. The girls don't really like them. And that now boils down to, how do you even sleep with somebody you don't like? Because personally, I'll be irritated. You can't touch me.
In that case.
Okay.
So it's like, we're going to, let's just get this done and over with the next 5-10 minutes.
Yes.
He's going to probably transfer me
some big money to me. Yeah, that's true.
That's actually sadly.
Because me, I have to like you, you know, for me to want to have anything to do with you. I literally have to like you. And my likeness is like it's like a flash of light. So I might even like you this minute, next minute I don't like you anymore. So.
Eloho.
Yes, I mean that's it. Do you understand? Because you know sometimes people, you get carried away from the beginning of, okay, this person is cool, and then after a while they start to show you some certain traits that you feel like, okay. Sometimes it's even from the talking stage. You probably don't even need to get intimate with them. From the talking stage you already tell that, oh, I was digging this guy, but this guy is moving slimy. This guy is moving slimy. So you understand me? So sometimes even from the talking stage, that's why I like to talk with guys for a while, and that's why I said I have been single, because when you talk with them for a while, sex would always cover a lot of things. Yeah. But when you talk with them for a while,
get to know them
you would look. People cannot pretend for a long time. In fact, the fact that you are not agreeing to have sex with them alone would show you another character. You will not be able to tell that, no, this is what he's after. Please, he needs to go. Do you understand me? But the ones that are cool, calm, collected, letting you know it's fine, it's okay. And when you're around them, their phone is not always buzzing. Like all the girls are not always calling. Yeah. You know that those ones are worth considering. And they have great jobs, of course. They know how to respect you. I know people don't like chivalry, but they know how to open the doors for you, take you to fine restaurants, you know, tell you you're beautiful.
Yeah.
When you post a picture,
everybody loves
you know, they're the first time you fine girl, you know, you are still hot and all. There are people like that. But the ones where they are just showing you, once you notice that they can't get something from you, they stop calling you. You will not hear from them for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, they now pop up again. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Who do you think you are? You know,
so terrible.
So yeah. So like that's why I feel like my likeness is like a flash of light. Like this minute I may like you, but when you start to exhibit, no, I'm like, no, I'm not.
All right then. So I think we did justice to that topic.
Yeah, I think we did as well.
I hope you guys were able to take a thing or two away. Of course, this list is not exhaustive.
Yeah.
If you have other points that you would like to share, leave them in the comment section below. We love hearing from you.
Yes.
And I'll be there responding, I promise.
You should.
So that's it on the show today. This is just a girly chat, you know, my friend, my pal, Eloho Idono. She's on YouTube, so check out for her page. I'll be leaving the link below. Subscribe, show her some love, guys. There's so much that you can learn. Nobody knows it all.
Nobody.
So
We're just contributing our quota in making the life better, the world better.
Learn from each other. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and share.
Please, very important. Share with your friends and your loved ones.
All right then.
Share on your social media handles.
Yes, your social media on WhatsApp, everywhere.
Yes.
Okay, so that's it on the show today. Till we come your way next time.
All right.
Yourselves.
Bye.
Love each other. Bye.